And you mentioned a song called Glitterbug that didn't make the record. How come it didn't make it?
I don't know. I think the idea of the song was good. I just don't know if we actually pulled it off. It started off as this really heavy, riffy, kind of almost bluesy thing, and then we took it to like a Depeche Mode world, and then it just didn't work. But the concept of the song and that song, although it may not have been the best song in the world, like held the whole album together, and just that word like Glitterbug kind of makes the whole album make a lot of sense in my head.
So that's why it's the title has been left.
Yeah.
And well, in terms of the sound then, because it's been, I believe, 4 years since your latest record, so was there, well, how would you characterize your biggest development since then? Or what do you see as a band, your biggest development since then?
Don't know. Well, I guess as you get older, you kind of hone your craft in or perfect it a little bit, and you kind of understand the process a lot more. I think one thing that really helped us was, you know, instead of me being the genesis of every song or whatever, or doing it on acoustic guitar on this album, Dan and Tord would send across like a musical idea or a completed like backing track, and then I was just left to write over that, and so that's really helped. And then there was a song that was kind of born out of us just like messing around in a room, and then we recorded that, and then I just like left and was given free rein to, you know, write the melody and the lyrics over the top. And that was like a new way of working for us, as well as the old method, which a lot of the songs on this album were, where I would just come in and go, hey, here's a song. So that's kind of, it's quite refreshing knowing that we can work in a few different ways now.
Was there an idea about, because you say the other guys kind of also came up with musical ideas, so was there an idea of what the album as a whole should sound like, or did it just go song by song and then?
Yeah, not really. There was no like, oh, it has to all be in this kind of vein. I think every song we do anyway, we're always kind of doing a little rebellion against the last one, or we're always trying to do something a little bit different, just for our own personal, for the sake of our own sanity. I guess maybe when we like finished Greek Tragedy and demoed that became kind of a sonic, you know, crux or whatever. No, that's not the right word. Sonically, that really influenced the rest of the album. We kind of knew that everything needed to sound similar to that. Yeah.
Like the other songs kind of gravitated towards them.
Yes, and if they were like very far away when we were actually recording with Mark in Battersea, we would kind of go, well, how can we drag it a little bit closer to that, so it was all in the same world and it all felt unified. Yeah, that's one of the main things we wanted to do with this album, which we didn't feel we fully achieved on the second album.
This might be a tough question to answer then, but this world, how would you describe this world of sound, or this sound you were going for after Greek Tragedy?
A bit like sleazy and distorted, but you know, kind of melodic and like slightly jubilant. I don't know, but there was definitely like an element of like raunchiness or something a little bit, I don't know, slutty about it.
Do you know why?
Do I know why?
Yeah, well, why that kind of crept in there?
No idea. No.
Well, because the lyrically it is quite personal, as you described. So, and this is a bit of an unfair question as well. But do you have a favorite track or something? So one track that means a little bit more to you?
No, not really. But there's one song called Isabelle, which is like the slow, moody song on the album, and it was the first song that was written for this album, and it had a different title, and changed the title, changed some like chords, and made some pretty big changes to it. And then we tried to re-record it. Started off as a big like kind of power ballad like thing, and it wasn't quite working. And then we tried 3 different new approaches of recording it, and we had 2 days left to record, and we were listening back to this one version we did, and we were like, oh, it's not working. And it didn't look like we were going to have time to finish it, and I was like, oh my God, this isn't going to make the album. And I was kind of, you know, pretty distraught by that, because I thought it was great and it deserved to be on there. And so we just like decided to just strip it down, just play the simple chords in, and then just slowly build something around it. And I think it's turned out like amazingly well, and I guess it means a lot because it was so close to never being on there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then speaking about the recording process, I believe because you did get a producer in, but you also had a lot of control yourself. You kind of it was a collaborative effort. So was that important for you? I think that was different than your previous record as well.
I mean, Dan and Todd have more of a hand in the kind of production things than I do. I'm more along the lines of let someone else play with it so it doesn't sound like our thoughts have gone into it. But yeah, we've always we kind of know what we're doing roughly, and yeah, it was a collaborative effort with Mark Crew, and it was yeah, there was some toing and froing, but it worked out well in the end.
Do you need this separation from the music, what you just described, that you kind of, for instance, when they send you some music and you write over it, do you need somewhat of a separation from it?
What do you mean?
Well, because you say that the other guys, they mostly focus on that part.
The production and stuff.
And
no, I guess I'm involved in it too, but all I was saying was that I kind of like it when I actually really encourage the idea of giving something to someone else and hearing what it comes back like, But they like that they're really good with like Pro Tools and stuff. They actually understand how things work. I don't really. I'm kind of in the middle trying to make Mark and Dan and Todd and everything like get together.
Okay, I think my time is up. So
okay.
Thank you very much.
Cool.